Think back to the very first time you did it. You were probably young, curious, and bored. You stumbled upon a video. Your heart started racing, and you felt a rush you'd never experienced before. It felt simple. It felt like a harmless little secret. You masturbated for the first time, felt that 5-second explosion in your brain, and then you went about your day. You thought you were in control. You thought, I can do this whenever I want and stop whenever I want. But you were a fool. That first time was the hook. Your brain, which was designed to hunt, to build, and to conquer, just got its first taste of easy pleasure. And the human brain is a lazy piece of meat. It loves the easy way. The next day, the memory of that porn video came back. You told yourself, just one more time, it helps me relax. Then one more time became every night. Then every night wasn't enough, so you started doing it in the middle of the day. You started doing it when you were sad. You started doing it when you were stressed. You started doing it even when you weren't even horny, just because your hand was already there and your brain was screaming for that hit. Before you knew it, you weren't just a guy watching a video. You became a porn addictor, a slave, a literal junkie. And let's be real here. The stuff you started with doesn't even turn you on anymore, does it? You need more. You need weirder stuff. You need more hardcore scenes just to feel a fraction of that first rush. You're spending hours scrolling through tabs looking for that perfect video, wasting your life's energy into a tissue paper. You look in the mirror and you see dark circles, a foggy brain, and a soul that has been sucked dry by pixels on a screen. And then you open YouTube and see some fake smiling life coach telling you, hey guys, just delete your history and go for a jog. It's easy to quit. Bruh, let's call it what it is. It's not fucking easy, actually. It's not easy to rewire a brain that has been fried by high-speed internet porn. It's not easy to stop a habit that has become your only way of feeling good in a world that sucks. You're fighting a billion-dollar industry that spends every waking second trying to figure out how to keep your hand on your dick and your eyes on their ads. You think you're a man. A man has control over his own body. Right now, you're just a puppet, and the strings are being pulled by a porn site. Let's talk about the big lie. You've seen those experts online, right? Those people who tell you that watching porn and masturbating is perfectly healthy. They say it's just a release. They say your body needs it. They are playing you. They won't tell you how it's actually rotting your brain from the inside out. They won't tell you that every time you click that tab, you are killing your own potential. You are murdering the man you are supposed to become. Physically, you might look fine, but mentally, you're becoming a hollow shell. Your drive, your hunger to win, your masculine edge, it all gets drained out of you every single time you finish into a tissue. Science calls it normal. I call it a trap, because after you spend hours scrolling through thousands of girls on a screen, you can't look at a real woman in the eye anymore. You don't see a human being, you see a scene. You start failing in the real world because your brain is addicted to pixels, not people. Think about it. You've become so weak that you can't even focus on a simple task for 10 minutes. You can't crush it at the gym. You can't build that business you keep dreaming about. Why? Because your brain is a junkie. It's been bribed. Why would your mind work hard for a reward when it can get a massive explosion of pleasure just by moving a finger? You've trained your brain to be a lazy, pathetic coward. Your killer instinct is gone. You're not a hunter anymore. You're just a spectator, a loser sitting in a dark room watching other men live their lives while you rot in your own mess. It's disgusting. Your brain is so fried that normal things don't even excite you anymore. You need the weird stuff. You need the hardcore, dark, twisted categories just to feel a spark. You're losing your way, falling into a pit so deep you can't even see the exit. And then people tell you, oh, just stop. Just use your willpower. Bruh, where are you going to get willpower when you don't even own your own mind? When your whole reward system is broken? When you promise yourself this is the last time every single night, only to crawl back to the same website the next morning? The experts won't show you the scars, but look in the mirror. Look at your eyes. That fire? It's gone. That energy? It's dead. You're a ghost of the man you used to be. And if you think this is healthy just because some guy in a lab coat said so, you've already lost the war. It's not fucking easy, actually, because you're not fighting habit. You're fighting a monster that you fed every single day. And right now, that monster is the one in charge. Now, let's go to the one place you're terrified to look, the dark corner of your mind that you try to hide even from yourself. You see, porn is a parasite. It doesn't just stay on your phone. It follows you into your living room. It sits with you at the dinner table. There's a specific level of this addiction where the normal stuff stops working. Your brain is so burnt out, so numb, that it starts looking for taboo. It starts craving things that are forbidden, things that are sick. And this is where your life becomes a nightmare. You find yourself sitting with your family, the people who share your blood, the mother who sacrificed everything for you, the sister who looks up to you, the people you were born to protect. And for a split second, your mind, poisoned by thousands of hours of porn, flashes a scene. You look at them, and for a heartbeat, you don't see family. You see a category. Your brain starts projecting the filth you watched at 2 a.m. onto the people you love most. You start connecting the taboo images from the internet with the reality of your own home. In that moment, you aren't a son anymore. You aren't a brother. You aren't a protector. You've become a predator lurking in the shadows of your own house. The people who feel safe around you have no idea that the man sitting across from them has a mind filled with images that would make them sick to their stomach. You've become a monster in a man's skin. Your eyes, which should be filled with love and duty, are constantly scanning and sexualizing everything in their path. You hate yourself for it. You feel a wave of shame so heavy it feels like you're drowning. You tell yourself, I'm a piece of shit. I'm a demon. You promise this was the last time. You delete the history. You throw the phone away. You cry in the shower. But then, a few hours later, the urge comes back, the itch returns, and despite the disgust, despite the betrayal of your own family, you find yourself back in that dark room, hand on your dick, eyes glued to the screen, masturbating to the very things that make you want to end it all. Why? Because you think you can just quit with a 90-day challenge? Bruh, it's not fucking easy actually. You are fighting a demon that you fed every single day for years. You've built a monster, and now that monster is hungry. It doesn't care about your family, it doesn't care about your morals, and it definitely doesn't care about your future. It only cares about the next hit. You are no longer the king of your castle. You are the slave in your own basement, and it's time you realize how deep you've really fallen. It's not easy actually. So what now? You want a magic trick to quit? You want me to tell you that you'll wake up tomorrow and the urge will be gone? I won't lie to you. It's not fucking easy actually. The truth is, your brain is scarred. The path back to being a man is going to be bloody. You're going to fail. You're going to crawl back to that screen more than once. But every time you fight that urge for even 60 seconds, you're winning a battle. Stop looking for the easy way out. There is no easy way. There's only the hard way or the loser way. Pick one. Start by owning your mess. Put the phone down. Get out of that dark room. Face the boredom. Face the pain. Because on the other side of this struggle is the man you were actually meant to be. If you're ready to stop being a slave and start being a man, then stay with me. This journey isn't for everyone. It's not easy actually. Subscribe and join the circle. We're just getting started.